What are we doing?
No, you got to go under even more.
Are we doing something?
No, I don't know. She was here with Jade.
Oh, for this.
Yeah,
submariner
the
thing?
donation. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, who knows? Maybe.
Yeah, no, it is. Okay. Phyllis, are we ready to, we're good?
One's giving
Okay.
me a thumb.
We don't have to like,
Did you put oh, you didn't start our meeting, so we don't have this thing signed yet or
it's
anything?
right here.
We can certainly do the pledge again if you want.
Do you think?
I think you have to do it in the middle.
No,
I don't think so.
we don't do it twice.
So,
You might want to just mention it.
We need to
Yeah.
adjourn.
okay, we're live.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
For those just tuning in, hello. For those just tuning into this live stream, this is what? Oh, yeah, the gavel. I have a sandwich in my hand. Right? 4 hands. We'll slam the sandwich down. For those just tuning in, this is the second part of a 2-part meeting, the first of which was a joint meeting with the Fremont School Board that they have since adjourned. If you're wondering why we're not doing the pledge, it's because we've already done it and have not adjourned our meeting yet. We're still in it, and we're going to continue now with someone having action on the minutes from 4/1/26. Do I have any?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Unanimous. Manifests, here you go, are going around. Bob, I move to you for nominations and resignations prior to your report.
Yes, sir. Nominations, we have none this week. We have one resignation. Excuse me, Elizabeth Brown, the nurse at the high school, has resigned her position. So there's no action on that, just an acknowledgement.
Okay, and the superintendent's report.
Just 3 quick things once I find them in the other document tonight. First, just a reminder, I occasionally hear things third hand, second hand. Everybody in the community is talking about things and so forth. I think it's really important that people understand that sometimes when the community is talking about it, I have no idea. The board may have no idea that something is happening. So I really encourage people to reach out. I've swapped emails with a parent this week, about 7 of them, on a issue that's pretty important to her, and I understand that. But she was willing to reach out and say, hey, do you understand this is happening? And it really, really helps us to define and understand what the problems are and address them. So please, just reach out. It's okay. I don't mind, because the worst thing is everybody's talking and we have no idea. So a quick reminder on that, if you wouldn't mind. Open enrollment. Earlier this week, I want to say it was yesterday or the day before, open enrollment got through a House committee. What I'm told is that it was the Senate version of the bill, which we've talked about, which does, in my view, leave a lot of disclarity as far as billing processes and things like that, and how we'd set a tuition rate. Last I saw the bill, it said the tuition rate was either 80% or 100% or something in between, and I'm not sure how 2 districts work that out. But that's the bill that apparently has passed a House committee. The old government teacher in me will remind you that it all now has to go to the full House, which has to pass the exact same bill as the Senate before it goes to the governor. And I have not really had any update in the last couple of months on the governor's speculated on plans as far as open enrollment. We don't know whether she's going to sign the bill or not. I do know that the current version of the bill, unless it changed, and I haven't seen anything, is set to kick in July 1 of 2027. So we don't have to deal with that angst immediately. It's definitely something to keep in mind as we go forward. And I'll be continuing to work with Mr. Houghton about coming down for a visit. He wants to do some school visits, and we'll facilitate that for the first couple of weeks in May so he can continue the transition into the superintendent's role at the office.
Okay. Let's now move on to any subcommittee reports. Anyone have anything to report? I have one thing for finance and facilities. Conversations continue to be had about last meeting, we had a question about whether or not we were going to renew the lease for the Swayze Gymnasium. And an action item I had from the Finance and Facilities Subcommittee was to go out into get clarity on the lease, but also go out into the community and talk to the frequent flyers, as I call them, of people who use Swayze a lot, different community organizations, and start to have conversations about what fee structures might look like, what future contributions to potentially maintain that building as part of the district's portfolio moving forward might look like. Those conversations are ongoing, and we'll have more updates later on that. Anybody else? Subcommittee reports? No? Okay.
Just real quick,
Oh, yeah,
Becca,
please.
just for the sake of the public, I'm not sure if we've made this clear. New round of elections means new subcommittee. So there's a shuffling of
Oh, yes.
committees. People are on different committees now. And so there's a spin up for the committees to kind of find the
Right.
rhythm again.
Yeah, and there's a learning, yeah,
exactly.
learning curve. So yeah, new people, we've been shuffled around a little bit. So I would expect more, as we move forward with this new configuration, we have more reports
Did
moving.
we announce the chairs
Sure.
or acknowledge them?
Acknowledge, yes. So Rick Edelman has been elected as the chairperson for the Finance and Facilities Subcommittee. And that's the only one I know about.
PR elected Katie Gravel this evening, and
Okay.
Policy and Personnel chose Mr. Nault.
Excellent. Great. Okay. Let's now move to our student council representative report.
Hey.
Hello.
Okay. So student council, most recently on April 7th, we had our district meeting. If you don't remember April 7th, it was snowing. So we spent the whole day at the beach in the snow. It was kind of wild. We found a wheelbarrow in the ocean, and we got, maybe just because the wheelbarrow, we go over 100 pounds of trash cleaned up through all the districts. That was very fun. We did a service day with Memorial School, Bakie School, and the high school. We had student council members go to all three schools, clean up the gym, help out in clean up closets, help out in classrooms, art in the elementary schools, that sort of thing. And on May 29th, we're having our state conference in Concord, New Hampshire. So we have students running for state president, district president, and like those elections. Key Club has been working hard. They had an Easter event where my little brother was the Easter bunny. It was the funniest thing for me. We've been volunteering at the high school track meets. We went to Newburyport Literary Festival to help volunteer, and we're currently planning on going to help in Boston with a Riverside cleanup. Sustainability Club has been working with UNH Extension. We just had a wildlife, I don't know what to call it, wildlife service person come in, and she taught us about the different animal prints, tracks, that sort of thing, and how to identify animals based on their furs. And that was really fun because I got to like hold them. The drama show is having Les Miserables as the play. It's on stage coming April 16th at 6 p.m., April 17th at 6 p.m., or April 18th at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. Tickets are $8 for students and staff, $12 for adults, and can be bought online or for $10 and $15 for cash at the door. The URL is sanbornrhs.bookstix.com. Sanborn Rocketry Team had their rocket launch around 2 weeks ago. I was there. It was great. The rocket exploded twice. Blew it up. It went up in flames. It came down. We fixed it, rebuilt it. It blew up again. The motors had frozen, but it was fun. It was the first time our school's gone to that, and we will go back next year. And the Sanborn Regional High School math team recently participated in the 2026 New Hampshire Mathematics State Championships at New Hampshire Technical Institute. So it's the 52nd championship contest in our state, and a team of 10 students across grades 9 through 12, coached by Miss Solomon and Doc Young, made the trip up against 50 other high school teams. And on April 21st at 6 p.m., the guidance department is holding a college night so juniors can come learn about when applying for admissions, deadlines, essays, and how to understand the whole application process. And I think that's all I have.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Do you have any pictures of your brother in this costume?
I sure do. I took all. Even fun. I've been the Easter Bunny for the past 3 years, and I couldn't go because of the rocket thing. So I was like, okay, go. And it's the legacy.
That'll come in handy.
So gleeful in that answer.
Yeah, that's great.
And did you use the wheelbarrow to collect 100 pounds, or
We've
use the wheelbarrow as part of the 100 pounds?
I don't know. because I didn't
Wait,
weigh
did you
them.
bring the wheelbarrow or was it already there?
No.
It was in the ocean.
Yeah,
So we had
it
kids
counts.
run in and grab it because
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Oh, that counts.
It's
Yeah.
cute.
yeah.
Yeah, it's good part of it.
That was part of the trash.
That's great.
Great. Thank you.
And I haven't seen a baseball score, but softball is out to a 2-zip. They won 2 straight games. So first 2 games theirs.
All right. Okay, let's move now to new business. Dr. Trimper, we have the acceptance of a donation from Siemens for the Submariners.
Ta-da.
Get a big check.
Publishers Clearinghouse.
Is that a big? I've always wanted to win.
James?
All right. Can you guys hear me?
Photo?
Yes. Good afternoon. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ava Trina Trentham. I am here on behalf of Siemens and your energy services partner. We have just kicked off, or actually, we're almost finished with our phase 1 working in the district. And tonight is a special night. We're not here to talk about any projects. We're actually here to give back to the community. So this has been a 2-year process of securing this grant through the Sanborn Submariners Club. Initially, we started working with Mr. Jim Enright, and now we are working with Miss Allison Trimper. So anyways, we've been working together for a while. We're really excited to give this back to the community, really excited to see how you guys use it and follow along with everything that you're working on. We know you have a couple subs that have been in process for over the last few years, and it's an awesome program that we love contributing to. So we were actually at the Sustainability Club this past week with one of our energy engineers. She was there to talk about our project, and we're going to come back for Career Day too. So I'd love to give back as much as we possibly can, and congratulations, guys. Good stuff. Yeah, thank you.
Motion.
Yeah, we're gonna need a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept the donation as presented. Second.
Discussion?
Just a huge thank you.
Yeah.
A huge thank you to our Siemens partners, and we appreciate you supporting the program. It means a lot to us, and they have an awesome program, and money like that will go on and make a huge impact. So we appreciate it. Thank you.
We love that.
Thank you. See ya.
All in favor? Running with the money
Oh.
before we voted. They took the check.
Yeah. Bring it back.
I bet that came in a
Leave
large.
the check, please.
Yeah. I bet that came in
Allie's going to put it on her wall.
large envelope.
Mail.
We're going shopping, so we gotta go.
All right.
Okay.
Yes,
The real check.
she has the actual.
Okay. All right.
And it's in an envelope.
Yes.
Big envelope.
He's on fire.
Big one to the
folks.
bank.
He's on fire.
Okay. Let's move now to 10.2, overnight field trip for band to Universal Studios, Orlando, Florida.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Matthew Brad. I am the high school band director.
Thank you.
And this is Chris Vincegara, middle school band director, and John Putnam, chorus director.
John.
And we are proposing a trip next April to bring the music department to Orlando to go to Universal Studios. Now, we did a trip a couple of years ago to Disney, which was very successful and a lot of fun. In fact, I believe a current board member was one of the chaperones on that trip, and I'm pretty sure he had a good time. So we're going to be going, bringing the band and the chorus down to perform down there at Universal, and then also to take clinics for both the band and the chorus as well. We would be leaving on Thursday, April 22nd, and returning Sunday, April 25th. And the estimated cost is about $2,000 per student, give or take, depending upon how many students we are able to have. We have a potential of possibly up to 76 students attending. Realistically, it's probably going to be less than that, probably somewhere in the 60 to 65 range. Are there any questions about the trip at all?
Motion first.
Yeah.
So I'll make a motion to discuss at this point.
Second.
I'll start off. I guess first and foremost, I did attend the last trip. The students were exceptional. I think, well, I know that you all did an exceptional job leading them throughout the week, and it wasn't easy. So I thank you for that.
It's our pleasure.
Now I'm gonna have some questions.
Sure, of course.
If I start asking you questions, I want you to know that I'm in full support of this trip happening.
Sure.
What I do recall from the trip is that it again looks like it's going to occur over spring break,
Mhm.
which is going to limit people's participation. It's less expensive to go in either a week prior or 2 weeks in the first 2 weeks in May. The research I've done, the classes are all still available during those weeks, and it's actually easier to get into those classes based upon attending those later weeks. And I just, and you may not have the information now. I was just wondering what the cost and financial impacts would be by moving it out a couple weeks, which will allow more students, in my opinion, to attend. I do remember that at the last minute, the cost increased by $300 roughly per ticket for whatever reason. That was the financial impact, that some families had more than one student going, and that is significant.
Of course.
So maybe you've already looked into additional weeks and cost savings around those weeks.
I don't have any information on that right now. I'd be happy to look into that. Typically, we try to do these kinds of things during the break so that it impacts the least amount of school time missed. That's very important to us. So we figured that, by leaving on the Thursday, which is usually a cheaper day to be able to fly out on, and it's 2 days, that's significantly less than missing an entire week of school to do that, or 4 days of school at another time.
It's just significantly higher to fly during those 2 weeks because of the break. You have Mass the week prior, and then you have us, right? So, again, I'm in full support of this trip occurring. I would probably go and chaperone again if you would have me. I did have a great time, and again, the kids were exceptional. I don't recall any behavior issues whatsoever, and it was very well run. And the group, Rogers Travel, did a very good job scheduling everything. So
Yeah.
I'm in full favor. I just want to make sure we explore those financial possibilities to make it more affordable for all
Sure.
families, and that it doesn't interfere with that Sunday travel day of that holiday break.
Okay. Yeah, I'd be happy to look into that more. But like I said, I'm trying to make sure that they're missing the least amount of class possible.
Well, if they went a couple weeks later on a Thursday, Friday, they would still,
That's true too.
it's still the same amount of time, and you're still getting the same educational value,
Okay, point taken.
respectfully, right?
Of course.
And again, I'm in full support of it.
Okay.
You all do great work. I appreciate it. The band is very important. The chorus is very important. I fully support it, and I will support this. I just look into the information, and if it's not cheaper, that's fantastic. But
Okay.
I at least want to make sure that for the families that are involved, we do it.
Okay. Would that delay your judgment tonight?
I
would be happy to. I mean, if we could say yes, go. You guys are able to go on the trip. If you want to move the date about here or there,
I
that'd
think
be
I'd
great.
comfortable with that if the rest of the board is. But
Yeah, well, we don't have a motion yet. We were just discussing.
Yeah.
So we
So-
can make the motion
pending.
flexible.
Yeah. So I'll
Okay.
make a motion to approve. We can have more discussion. I'll make a motion to approve pending a final date,
Sure.
be locked in, and some follow-up information.
Okay. Great.
Second.
Ken, anything? Anybody?
Thank you. This is extra work to plan, organize. You guys do great work already outside of your day to day. These are core memories for the students. So just thanks for taking this initiative. It's not something you have to do, but it makes core memories for the students. That should be noticed.
Thank you. Thank you.
And could we get an introduction to the young gentleman that is here with you? Hey, you guys can introduce him.
We're not talking about
This
Chris.
is John Putnam. John Putnam is our brand new chorus director. And I'm proud to say that he is an alumni of Sanborn and Sanborn Music.
Outstanding. All right.
Great.
Welcome, John. Thank
He
you.
was here a couple concerts ago, no?
He's been intermittently throughout a bunch of concerts since he graduated.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is his least attractive sport coat I've seen so far.
Yeah, so
Any other discussion?
any other discussion? We're good? All in favor? Unanimous? All right,
Thank you very much.
thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate all you do.
Don't go anywhere though,
Oh, sorry.
because 10.3, the overnight field trip to Allstate. How about that?
Yes, we have two students that auditioned against all the very best students in the state and were accepted into the All-State Music Festival to be held at the Croponi Center in Concord. I should have gotten this paperwork to you guys a little bit sooner. The festival is actually tomorrow and Friday and Saturday. Bit of an oversight on my part, so I apologize for that. But
Motion to deny.
but these two
Second.
students are absolutely exceptional musicians. Damian Young on bassoon and River Diffio on as a vocalist. In fact, this is actually River's fourth time making All-State.
Wow.
She's in very few company.
It's cool.
So I'll rescind my motion to deny. Seconded.
What,
And I'll make a motion to approve.
what are we approving exactly?
Just that they can go to the festival and that John and I are going with them.
I think it's also just how many overnights?
It's 2 overnights.
Okay, that's the real reason they were here.
Okay.
I second that.
And congratulations to both students.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very exciting.
Very cool.
Further discussion?
No.
All in favor? Right.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, guys.
And Rivers from Fremont, just
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yep.
what it's worth.
Oh, they're back with the check. You looking for the envelope?
It's around the building.
It's around the bit. You're actually in it.
Back of your mother's car.
Yeah.
Hey, Mom, let's go.
It's actually in the envelope right now.
Yeah.
No, you-
Just leave it right there, Jade. I'll
You
get
guys
it.
won a
to-
golf
Leave it in
tournament.
Miss Tripper's
You
office.
can just take it to the bank to cash it.
Right
Okay.
there. Just
Thanks, kid.
Perfect.
Loud and proud.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jade.
Okay, now on to a much more riveting topic, the audit report.
So again, new to me here, so
Yep.
I'm not quite sure. Everyone has a hard copy of the audit I left in front of all of you. You all got one. I'm not sure how in the past did Matt go over it
We
or
got a
anything?
copy of this report last year.
Yeah, it's just a different one.
It's dated
25. It's for fiscal 25, which is the fiscal
Previous.
year that ended last year that where we just received the audit back from.
Oh, okay. I apologize. It was just looking at the date. I apologize.
No, you're fine. Each year we get audited and we have to have it completed by March 31st.
Mhm.
So that this audit is for FY 25. And we also have it on the website if people don't want a hard copy of it.
It doesn't mean that we have to do this, but I think what we did last year, if my memory serves me correct, is the finance and facilities actually went over the executive summary page.
Yep.
Okay, so we can just put that.
Any discussion was kind of had in there, and then anything major
Come
came
out.
out as a
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
talked about any
to read out.
findings.
Yeah.
You're right.
That sounds good.
Okay, that works for me.
It might be beneficial to discuss a significant finding in the report based on what's coming next.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Oh,
there was one finding in the report.
Okay.
And it was regarding the after-school enrichment program. Summer program that we offer. And over the past few years, it has been substantially going in the red because we are not charging enough money to run the program. And the auditors had recommended we either start charging more money or take a break and just figure out what we can do to run the program better. But that has been the first finding I've ever received in all the years that I've been working here, but I think it's worth mentioning.
We had I think it was 2 or 3 minor findings last year. I think were addressed,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
Well, they were just recommendations. This is a true audit finding.
Is that in
And
this?
where is that in here?
Yeah.
A couple other mentions in.
Yeah, and those are just recommendations or there's not a true audit finding as well.
Okay.
I mean, they just recommend things. I don't have the audit.
Yeah.
Is there an ask rather than, is there an ask right now?
50.
well, the next
The next,
item on the agenda is about the enrichment.
right.
Okay. So is there an ask? about the enrichment program?
There will be in a little while, in a second. We'll talk.
Once we move to 10.5,
Exactly.
not there yet.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll just bring and put it on the agenda for the next
Yeah.
facility and finance meeting.
Yeah.
And we could break out findings versus recommendations.
Yes.
Sheet or something.
Yep.
Okay. Everybody good with that?
I am. I just think it's worth mentioning. The findings and recommendations were standard, expected, and minor, in case anybody's curious. I think it's worth discussing more at our next meeting, but there's curious folks out there. There's nothing major.
Oh, no, there's nothing major.
Very standard.
Very minimal.
Actually, very impressive.
Mhm.
I just had to do my own audit. And
Mhm.
So is this one item that's being called out in the executive summary? Because
No, I think it's just within the actual
it's
audit.
just in the,
It's on page 50.
It's on page
I
50.
see that on 50. I just
Then
thought it
there are
was-
other recommendations of the P card and student activities. There were a couple of checks that didn't have backup. And
Does it have the funds listed? But which we were deficient, or is that in here somewhere?
Yep.
Okay, so just need some time to review.
yeah,
it.
they recommended doing a transfer from the general fund of $36,000
Yeah.
to cover the program, but that was like over like 3 or 4 years. It
Mhm.
became that.
Is there a reason that it wouldn't be in the executive summary? That's just what's confusing me. If it's the one major thing that was quote unquote called out as an audit finding, why wouldn't it be in the executive summary?
I don't know. I could ask auditors that.
Okay. Right? I mean,
Well,
that would make sense.
Yeah,
Instead of on page 50.
hmm
Like, hey, the one really important thing out of your whole audit, which is 53 pages, is on page 50. Just curious. Okay. I know you're not the drafter of this.
I don't actually, this doesn't read like an executive summary to me. It reads more like
That's
a
right.
description
That's-
of process.
no, there is there's other audit findings or issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of categories and
Yeah.
other matters. So this is what we got last year.
Right.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah. So
similar.
similar to what we
but
got.
There's 2 packets in
It's
there.
not labeled executive
Did I miss the
summary,
other
but
one?
that's sort of what.
Oh, because I'm not looking at the executive summary? That's the problem.
That's probably why.
That's probably
Two
why.
different ones. Yeah.
Aha, there we go.
Yeah. There's 2 call outs.
Yeah, this,
Well, no, you're looking at the right one.
yeah, I mean,
It's the executive summary of that
Yeah.
whole report.
Yeah. Significant audit matters.
Yeah. And then
Yeah,
it goes through with.
Yep.
And it talks about the P card and
Okay. That's all. I don't want to belabor it. Just curious. Thank you.
but it was an overall decent.
I apologize. It was 36,000 over 4 years.
Yes.
okay. Let's then move on to 10.5, the summer enrichment program.
Sure. There have definitely been requests for a summer enrichment program for mostly our younger students, but we did receive a request earlier this year for a kind of a writing quote camp for our high school kids in preparation for college applications and so forth. So I did fold that into a proposal that you guys have and hopefully have taken a look at. I will walk through that quickly. And what I'm really looking here is for some feedback on what we have here and getting the collective thought of the board. I don't know that we can take action on it right now, but that's potential. The way I would sketch this out is to look at 2 4-day weeks from July 6th to 9th and 13 to 16. It would be at 8:30 a.m. to 12 noon kind of scenario. So you avoid lunch, which can be a bit of a bottleneck and a bit of a supervision nightmare and so forth. Kids would bring their own snacks. Teacher workday would be about a half an hour before the kids arrive to a half an hour after. And we've done the financials at the bottom based on that day. It would be at Memorial Elementary. And the reason for that is that the ESY program for our kids who have IEP needs in the summertime are already there. That gives us the access to a nurse on site to, take care of the kids when things come up, which they probably will at some point. Students would be admitted with payment. One of the issues that I believe the auditor brought up, or one of the issues we've had in the past, is people cancel late and they demand refunds. We would need to be very, very clear with people that once you put your, dollars on the table, your check in the hand, that's it. There's no refunds if unless the class is canceled. Like if 2 kids sign up for theater camp and it doesn't happen, we refund. If the people decide to cancel at the last minute, we don't, because that's been a significant piece. The financials at the bottom have a couple of different scenarios for, and you can see those. There's 9 camps or 9 sections, because I've got theater here if it's not clear, but theater would run across 2 weeks. That would be because they need a significant amount of time to get ready for what usually is some sort of presentation at the end of the show that the kids do. I believe that's come up on the last day of the camp in the past. I'm usually hanging out in the front office or not around when these happen, but an art camp, a STEAM camp, the high school writing camp, and there could be a variety that we get from staff. We reach out to staff and say, what do you think would sell? And the general idea here is to present to staff and say, what do you think kids would actually want to come for? I know in the past we've had a STEAM camp where kids were driving little robots all over the building and into my office and out and so forth. That was 5 or 6 years ago, and the kids had a blast doing that and those kind of things. So we would allow the teaching staff here at the school to drive what the offerings might be, with the idea of if not enough kids sign up, it just doesn't happen. And there's no commitment from the district. We would refund the money to people and it wouldn't happen. The risk here, really, as I've done the math out as much as I can, is it's hard to say exactly what a camp would cost and what things are, because you don't know what supplies are. I don't know what it costs to buy the book for a summer theater thing. You got to get the rights to the play and so forth. So this is sort of a generic sketch out. One thing that is included here that would be a bit of a fixed cost would be to have a specific administrator, probably one of our assistant principals or an up-and-coming teacher who's looking at administrative career potentially, to be the administrator on site for the program at a fixed fee. I've included the amount here that would cover one of our current assistant principals, including their benefits, working the 8 days of camp plus 2 days. So that number is a little high for that. So, but that would be kind of one of the risks there. And I've stared at these numbers for a couple hours, and sometimes it turns into mush in your brain. So if you have thoughts on that, I am absolutely open to that. But this is just a general presentation of what we could do. And the risk we run is relatively minor if we get a number of kids who sign up. Thoughts welcome. Oh, and I did have one thing I didn't point out for people that are watching. I did put a comparator there for Camp Lincoln. Camp Lincoln is a full day program, 5 days a week. And when I looked last week, they have some camps are open, some are not already. They're already sold out in a couple camps, but their weekly charge is $405 for the week.
Per kid. That's a kid, right?
And I'm sorry, the tuition that we're suggesting is
Right. What would ours be?
300.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if we said that.
300 for a half day.
For what?
300 for the half day.
Right. Yeah.
And that's really driven, that number went up and down as I did the math out to make sure that we were roughly breaking even in response to the concerns from the auditors. And I know in the past, there's been some thought that we could offer this at a deficit, as long as we're doing that intentionally, to provide a service to potentially the parents so they can have a place for their kids to go during the summertime.
And what were we charging? Just so I know.
Previously, I don't recall what that is. Yeah.
Last year when
Not enough.
not enough. No.
Worth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then-
no, I get it. I'm just looking at financial impact to families.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this isn't a full summer program. This is 2 weeks.
Just 2 weeks.
Correct.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It seems not to solve the problem
Right. That's kind of what I think.
of a parent who continues to work, but their kid is home during the summer.
Right.
Have we contacted any of the parents from the prior years about this at all?
No.
Like about the increase and what their thoughts would be, or?
That's not something that occurred to me, and I don't even know where we'd find that information. We'd have to go dig it up.
They have to sign up their kids, right? They have their email addresses, right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Survey Monkey.
Yeah, we'd have to
Christine was
find
the
it. Yeah.
lead on it
Yeah.
last year, so
Yeah.
I'm sure she has the backup for it all.
And the only other thing I heard was no refunds. I don't disagree with it, but I would just offer that maybe we think about, if we're not giving a refund, maybe we offer a discount the next year. If we're not giving all the money back, maybe that discount is 5%, 10%, I don't know, but I think if you say no refunds without something, you're going to limit people from signing up because things do change. I don't know if we're making any decisions here tonight. It's just a thought.
What was the participation last year? Do you know the number?
Christine would have that in her head, I think, but it was pretty low as I
There
understand.
were 4 classes. I do know that. I don't know if I have.
So this one you have 4 sections,
Mhm.
64 students.
And I guess, do we know like participation over like the last 3 years?
I
Is it
want to know a lot.
down? Is it trending down?
I want to know a lot more about.
Yeah, I haven't been around, but my belief is that the participation has been down over the last couple of years. Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's what we do know. We do know that the other programs, whether it's Camp Lincoln or Kingston Rec, are consistently sold out very quickly,
Mhm.
right, in town. I was at baseball last night listening to some parents mourn the fact that they got on 5 minutes after opening and were already too late for Camp Lincoln.
Yeah.
I think that's a common experience. So that tells me that the demand for programs like this exists.
I also think that this kind of program attracts a different kind of audience, right? It's a half-day program, so it's not for people looking for childcare while they go to work. It's for people who are home with their kids all summer who still want them to have something to do.
I agree, Kathleen, and that was going to be one of my questions. I totally get the desire to do the half day program because food adds meaningful complexity, right? A lot. And is that a potentially limiting factor to folks who really do need that, whatever, 8 a.m. to 3 or 4 p.m. camp, which is a much larger potential need in
I
our
believe it was more like 2:30, 3 o'clock because the buildings in the summer tend to be more of an 8 to 3 kind of schedule. I didn't,
Yeah, I guess I would
for sure, but
I would look at, what are the other programs our community members are doing, and is there anything we can learn from their schedules?
So last year we did a theater Cinderella and there was 20 students and it ran 8 to 2 and it was $200 a person.
Mm.
And then we did Myths and Legends and that had 13 students and that was $216 a person. And then we had a Harry Potter camp, which was 17 students and that was $131 a student. And a Unleash Your Creativity, like an art camp with 18 students, and that was $125 a student.
They were all
Sounds
2
like our
weeks.
pricing model might be part of the problem.
They were all 2 weeks.
That one is 1 week. The Unleash Your Creativity looks like it was 1 week. And then the Harry Potter was 1 week. It was just like they were opposite weeks. And then the Myths and Legends were 2 weeks, but they were back and forth. And then the theater one was a full 2 weeks.
And those prices were per week, just
Per
like,
child, per student.
but did the $200 for the Cinderella theater camp cover the 2-week experience, or was it $200 a week?
It was $200 for both weeks.
I would again suggest that we contact some of the parents from last year, see how open they are to the increase. I do agree with James and Kathleen that there's a need. I do remember signing our kids up for Camp Lincoln, and I think we had some kind of preference. Laura did it, and I think we signed them up the week January 2nd because like a return or something, and we sometimes had trouble getting it. So
It's real.
yeah, there is a need.
So what's the harm in what's the harm in moving this forward as an option to then put a date out there where parents, if you're wanting to sign up your kids for these two weeks, 2 4-day weeks, this is the cutoff date, and then that cutoff date can be utilized to either go through with the course or to return funds because there's not enough folks for the course. Is there a reason that we can't do that?
No, I think
Okay.
it's a great idea.
And then
The question I wrote on my note was, what would you think would be a reasonable day for people to need to request a refund? If these are first day of the first week is July 6th.
Yeah. So really that question comes down to who do we have that's running the camp, or what part of the camp do we need that information for? So if there are teachers who, if I'm not running this camp, I'm going to go on vacation to Bermuda, right? We can't wait to the last minute to tell them we're not running the camp. Oh, and by the way, your vacation is now gone as well because you thought you were running the camp, right?
I'm just thinking that might be their Bermuda money. I can't help smile at that.
Yeah, so I think that, the limiting factor there is really who's running the camp, or, I mean, is it the building? I don't think so. Who's running the camp, I think would be the limiting factor there.
Like the teacher?
Right.
That's why I'm thinking like June 5th, because now you're a month out.
Sure.
So then the teachers are still working in their school year at that point.
Right.
So they won't necessarily have committed the time to prep.
Yeah.
So it's a month they haven't prepped for the course.
I like that.
And then we set like a limit of what we're going to be able to do.
Sure.
I think that the question sort of generically is there an acceptance that in the end, this may lose a little money? And I don't think it's going to lose a fortune, but it could be, I'll say, I can't imagine it would be $5,000, but the whole cost of that administrative person coming in was the kind of thing it could possibly be, lost to the district. I don't think that's crazy, but once again, it's not my money. I'm just trying to get thoughts so I can reinvigor this and bring it back to you on May 6th.
Yeah.
I mean,
Reach
it's
out to
a
teachers too.
fixed cost and a variable cost model, right? So you have a minimum quantity of students
Mhm.
required to break even.
Right.
And as soon as you exceed that, full throttle.
Yep.
And if you struggle to exceed that by that June date, I think that's a very fair and good suggestion.
Yeah.
Then it's
Agreed.
nobody.
Yeah. So we need that number. So
Yep. Yeah, no, that's the kind of feedback I'm looking for. So I think theater camp is likely to be pretty popular. And I think that was it Harry Potter camp?
Harry Potter
with
seems
kids. I'm
pretty
like,
popular.
no, they're rocking, right? So,
Bill.
are we, how are we,
Yeah, HBO's remake.
I know a lot of the parents who do these things know about it, but how are we marketing these? Or are we? It's a PR thing, I guess.
It's not on our website.
Nope.
No.
And
Only a few things.
usually I come across it because some parent asks, hey, when is enrichment camp happening? And then the information exists, right? So it is important to.
Maybe we start putting it on the newsletters.
I feel like it needs a new name.
Yeah.
well, I got to reach out to the parents.
Boring.
And maybe what I'll do is like we put together some thoughts. I'll start tossing it to you guys as a group so you can give your feedback directly to me. So we're not having a meeting. You're just giving me your thoughts. Then as we refine the process, and then maybe set it up so it's ready to launch like May 7th with a final, or if the total will of the board is to go ahead. I don't really think we need to get approval for it. I don't think.
Is there any reason why it couldn't be put on for, I think it's every Monday, everybody gets a newsletter, right? From one of the principals, like it could
Yeah,
be put
Sunday
on
night.
their
Yep.
newsletter.
Sunday
Says enrichment camp information coming, just so we get it out there now.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
And then,
Mhm.
yeah, we can do what you suggested, Bob, but I would say get it out as soon as possible because we haven't done anything in the past.
Yeah. The sooner the better.
And if there's a proposed date for when it will be coming,
Yeah.
that would also be helpful.
Yeah. I wonder if it's like, we say, okay, the enrollment's going to open up at like 7 p.m. I don't know. Somebody tell me the right time of day. That would be really helpful, honestly. And that, on this day, it's going to open up because it's going to be those first 20 camps.
Marketing.
Yeah.
First comes,
Trying
first
to
served.
compare to Camp Lincoln, they do
Limited.
midnight.
Yeah.
I've stayed up
No,
till midnight
correct.
to sign my kid.
Act now.
Yeah. I want to tell them what the time is and have it, literally launch at that moment and give people a fair shake.
2 for 2.
7 p.m. sound right? I don't know what, for parents, I have no idea what's a good time.
Arbitrary.
Sure.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
Perfect.
I feel like
Yeah,
I
exactly.
can honestly say too, there's obstacles of finding teachers to run the.
well, here's the question. The programming is driven by whoever's willing to do something,
Exactly.
right? So we can't, but it would be good to say, I think we should start those conversations as early as possible too, so we can get out there.
Yeah.
The earlier we can say, you're going to have unleash your creativity and this play in particular or whatever, would be good just to build some excitement.
Okay.
All right.
Great feedback. Very helpful.
You're calling total students, is that max? What is that?
No, that would be sections time minimum. So I'm talking minimums here. We'd have to set some maximums on some of those. I think, like if we talk to the theater people, they might say 35 kids is okay. Where the
Art.
art and STEAM might be more like, 14 is about as much as. So I base it on minimums to kind of worst possible scenario of what it would run. If you get more kids, you could, turn a profit, which I don't really think is the goal here.
No.
It's more to serve the kids, the parents and kids, obviously.
You can't
No,
have too many kids in theater either, because there may not be that many parts.
Right.
That's
Yeah, you
why-
have to.
That's why I brought it up, because you need to cap it, which it sounds like you do need to communicate that as well.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Mhm. Okay,
Yeah, we'll get to work on that.
thank you.
And I got to find somebody to run it.
Yeah,
Moving it based on a cutoff point. Are we doing a motion or no? Or are we just moving forward with information?
I think we're just moving forward with the information.
yeah, he was just getting some
And
feedback.
I'll share along the way as I get more information. You guys can feed it back to me. Hopefully we can launch it May 7th.
Be great.
Okay, let's move on to the July board meeting date.
I had one member reply to my email, which made me a little sad. And let me know that that person, who will remain nameless, is going to be away on for the July 22nd, I believe it is. Possible date. I'm going that from memory. I believe that's a Wednesday. I'm sure hope it's a Wednesday in July, now that I've said that. So
July 22nd is a Wednesday.
What are we trying to get to here, just so I'm clear?
the will of the board, as I understood at the last meeting, was to have a July meeting, so you could have an initial meeting with Adam here.
Okay.
So you get the 7th, excuse me, the 8th, 15th, 22nd, 29th.
And then there's no meeting in August usually, correct?
There normally is not a meeting in August, correct? And this would be an adjustment to the board calendar, which I would adjust on the newsletters and so forth.
There
Oh,
is?
There's one on the board calendar.
Oh, okay.
It's late August, right?
It's the 19th.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Phyllis.
I'm trying to look at this.
So one in
Yeah,
August.
so July 8th is, most people will probably be away that week, maybe. 'Cause
I would suggest July 15th.
That sounds good to me. I have nothing on that.
It's the only one I would not be able to do.
Damn it, Jeremy.
Okay, let's go with the 15th then.
I mean, does anyone actually have conflicts on the 8th, or are we just supposing people would be away?
I think I'm, because the
I-
4th is a Saturday.
Yeah, the 4th
I'll
is
be
good.
away that week.
So how about the 22nd?
That also works for me.
That's the one week I can't do, because I responsibly responded to.
And I think responsibility.
Spoiler
is the day.
New person.
Boy, that 7:14 in meeting, yeah.
No one figured that would be,
Figure till 7:13 in the meeting.
just so you know, we're going to be kicking school board goals a little bit forward too here.
Hear me.
We're going to kick the can on that one again. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
And if it's the 15th, it's the 15th. That's,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Did it have to be on a Wednesday? Just out of curiosity.
oh, that's another,
Wednesdays, and it could be on a different day. Can
that's
we-
true. Could it be,
Doesn't have to be Wednesday.
Can you make the
is there a
21st?
policy on that?
How's the 21st?
Give it a
I'll
shot.
be away that whole week.
Oh, you're right.
Gosh,
that whole
I'm
week?
custodian, though.
Yeah, no.
Different day than the 15th on your
Yeah.
week.
Nope, that week is out.
Oh, yeah. It's
Okay,
difficult.
so much for that idea.
I
29th.
could probably tune in remotely.
Okay.
So
What
if
day?
you want to do the 22nd.
Is that the best day for it?
Yeah, because I'm really only away because my kids play sports in other states.
Oh, so you might want
In
to
the
break
summer.
anyway.
So
Wow.
I could tune in remotely. It's not that I can't make the meeting. I just won't be.
That could work.
Should we wait and make sure Heather's good?
Yeah, we should. Maybe
Just tentatively say the 22nd.
Yeah.
Check with Heather.
22, and then we'll check with Heather.
Yep.
Ken, is that okay with you? I mean,
I
you
won't
don't, you don't know yet. Yeah, I feel, yeah.
Good. For the 22nd?
I'm not scheduled that far out. I don't.
Oh,
Okay, but that's fine.
Yep.
And if it doesn't work for Heather, then quite frankly, go back to what works for Katie. Because my schedule could change and I could not be available, and I would hate to have made all that fuss. So
Okay.
yeah, I can be flexible as well.
Just getting back to, okay.
Now, boom.
Yeah,
You
we'll all respond.
Responding now. Well, that makes
We're-
two.
We're still under new business.
We are currently
New business.
still under new business.
All
Yeah.
right, so under new business, Mr. Chair, I'd like to briefly provide a follow-up and request a future agenda item with no board action tonight. This relates to the right to know request I previously raised as a resident of Kingston, New Hampshire concerning the sign-in logs tied to the Bakey investigation. Based upon email responses received, it is now my understanding and confirmed that the district had multiple copies of an unredacted version of the Bakey investigation report physically present at the SAU 17 office, and that access to those copies was managed through sign-in logs used by board members along with parents and staff involved to review the report. I also understand that a preservation request relating to that report was issued on March 14th to the then in place board chair, superintendent, and legal counsel. It has further been communicated that while the district did have the sign-in logs, those records are no longer available and may have been provided along with draft materials to council at some point. Given that these were administrative district records, I think it will be helpful for the board, our record retention practices under policy EHB/R, and ensure we have a clear understanding of how records are handled in situations like this. I would respectfully request that this be placed on a future agenda so the board can sequence of events and determine whether any clarification or updates to our process are needed.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, we can now move to first public comment. Hello, sir. Please state your name.
Oh, I got to do
We know you know the drill. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name's Scott Rollins. I'm from Newton. I do not have any students in the district. I actually wrote something down because I wanted to make sure I was very clear and concise on what I wanted to say tonight. So I'm just going to kind of read what I wrote. Good evening, members of the school board. I'm speaking today to stress the importance of transparency and how decisions are made and communicated to the public. Transparency is not optional. It is essential to maintaining trust between the board, educators, and the community. I also want to acknowledge that the board has made significant strides toward enhancing transparency in the last year, and those efforts are appreciated. At the last meeting, a procedure related to how resignations are announced appears to have been changed. While I understand that decisions are often made with good intentions, this recent change was not beneficial from a transparency standpoint. It is important that when procedures are adjusted, the rationale is clearly communicated. Without that clarity, even small changes can create confusion and erode confidence. Additionally, policies such as GCQC, which govern teacher resignations, and GCQA, which address resignation. Sorry, lost my place. GCQA, which addresses reduction in force procedures, exists to ensure that staffing changes are handled in a consistent, transparent, and clearly defined manner. Given that 8 teachers are resigning from this district as of last board meeting, this is a significant development that understandably raises concerns within the community. It also brings attention to the broader questions about teacher morale. When multiple educators choose to leave at once, it can signal underlying challenges that deserve careful attention. Addressing these concerns openly and communicating how the district is supporting and retaining its teachers is both necessary and reassuring. Transparency builds trust, especially during moments that may raise concern or uncertainty. Clear, proactive communication about decisions and changes is critical to ensuring accountability and maintaining confidence in the board's leadership. I respectfully ask the board to clarify the current procedure for announcing resignations and to ensure that any future changes are communicated openly, including the reasoning behind them. Continued focus on transparency will be essential to sustaining that trust that has been built over the last year. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your service and your commitment to our schools.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. If there's no further first public comment.
Mr. Chairman, I just have a quick question.
follows that in the sake of transparency.
Yeah.
So we as a board have committed to exit interviews. I want to ensure that those are going to be completed and that the board is going to get some form of readout from those at some juncture. How that goes, statistics, data.
And further, I believe the commitment was to be transparent and share that with the public.
Yes. Yep.
How can I want to put this properly. I believe at least 2 of those have already occurred.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. Thank you.
And I want to mention too,
And thank you, Scott.
Echo the sentiment and about transparency, of course. And I think that it's important for everyone to know that that is the North Star for many of us on this board, which is a lot of the reason why we came onto the board. Within the limits, of course, of what is legally possible from a transparency standpoint, always, right? We still have to follow. There are certain limitations that are always going to be in place, especially as it relates to personnel. But I think our commitment is to be as transparent as we are able, always. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Old business, school board goals. So you want to take this one? I'm just kidding. No, I still have, I'm still sort of going through and creating draft language that I would like to share out with everybody based on Kathleen's edits, smart edits. I mean, smart in 2 ways, both intelligent and the acronym.
Didn't we ask to get those? I don't think we got them. Did you send them out?
I haven't really gone through them yet.
Oh, my
yeah,
apologies.
yeah.
sorry.
I'm just getting, yeah.
I thought we were going to look at her rough draft.
Oh, if you want to do that,
I wanted
Can I
to.
just send it?
Yeah,
Yes,
can you
please.
please?
Yeah, just to do that one at a time.
Yes.
Yeah,
Or if you want to send it to me, I can.
Yeah, I'd like.
Yeah.
to-
yeah, that'd be
Done.
Yeah, that's
I'll
fine.
just put it in this week's or next week's
packet.
folder.
Whatever. Just you can
Well-
BCC us and send it to us
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Mhm.
Yep.
Now that we've had that riveting interlude, we can move to second public comment. If there be a second public comment. Okay. We have, let's see here, other business, next meeting agenda. The next meeting of the Sanborn Regional School Board will be held on Wednesday, May 6th, 2026 at 6 p.m. in the library at Sanborn Regional High School. Also important, the Budget Committee will convene on Thursday, May 14th, 2026 at 7 p.m. in the library at Sanborn Regional High School. Bob, do you have anything that you want to, we're going to do a brief.
I don't believe we need that, no.
Okay.
Good. But that's my opinion.
Okay. If that is the case, then we can now adjourn the meeting. Thank you.
Want to use your gavel?
Oh,